Now, different members of the media keep asking, what will it take for Trump supporters to stop supporting Trump? Now, for example, last week, Morning Joe host Mika Brzezinski made a plea to Trump supporters to wake up and realize that, hey, Donald Trump, he's scamming you guys. He's a con artist. He's scamming you into supporting him. Don't believe anything he says. He's a liar, right? Now, since then, Donald Trump has continued to go after Khizr Khan, the father of the U.S. soldier who died in a hero in Iraq. Okay, Captain Khan died in Iraq to protect fellow U.S. soldiers, and he was a Muslim. Okay, and now Donald Trump continues to go after that family because they dared to speak against him at the DNC, and just yesterday implied that Second Amendment people could stop Clinton. Yes, of course, it's a joke. It's a joke. Everybody's saying, oh, it's a joke. Well, if it's a joke, it's a bad one. And nobody's laughing. Now, so back to the original question. What will it take to shake a Trump supporter out of supporting Trump? Apparently, nothing. Now, there's a new poll out in North Carolina that shows Trump supporters still believe many of the candidates' claims, despite the fact that they have been proven patently false. That Trump has been shown to be a liar and a charlatan the whole time. But nonetheless, these people, when presented evidence, continue to discredit that evidence and to believe in the lies that Donald Trump has told. Now, this poll was conducted by Public Policy Polling and was released on Tuesday, and it found that Trump supporters believe some pretty wacky things. In fact, 69% of Trump voters believe that if Trump loses, it will be because the election is rigged. Now, of course, recently he came out, as soon as he started losing in the polls, he came out and said, the election's rigged. It's going to be rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged. That's why if I lose, that's why. Well, 69% of Trump supporters, over 2/3, say, you know what? He's right. He's right. It'll be rigged. Hillary Clinton's going to rig it. Dude, we haven't even had the election yet. And he's already, and what's so dangerous about this is that he's already undermining trust in the process. That's a problem. When you have a democracy or a representative government and you don't trust the process, you don't trust that your votes are going to get counted. And look, there are issues. There's voter suppression. There was definitely some shady shit going on in the Democratic primary that we've covered a lot, and that TYT Politics has covered tremendously. There are issues, right? And a lot of them just happen to be from right-wingers putting in things like voter ID laws, right? That's the kind of rigging that we have. Gerrymandering, another type of rigging, okay? But nothing like what Trump says. See, Trump believes they're going to take the votes of Trump supporters and throw them out. That's not going to happen. That doesn't happen, okay? But that's what he's suggesting, and over 2/3 of Trump supporters are like, yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. They don't believe that Hillary Clinton could win fairly against Donald Trump. I'll tell you one thing. Hillary Clinton is Donald Trump's the only person Hillary Clinton could win in a fair fight. Because Donald Trump continuously shoots himself in the dick every single time he opens his mouth. That's what's going on. So yes, that's why Hillary Clinton's ahead, because he's over there making fun of dead U.S. soldiers. I'm just saying, that's what you're doing. That's why your poll numbers suck. If you would keep to the message of, hey, Hillary Clinton's corrupt, I don't take money, etc., he would have a much better chance. But Trump is Trump. He's going to continue to say stupid things and continue punching himself in the dick. But anyway, so here's the thing. As I said, we haven't had this election yet, and he thinks it's going to be rigged. He's out there saying it's going to be rigged, right? Now, I think that's because he's out there trying to shield his ego. Because right now, his poll numbers are approaching flaming dumpster level, okay? He's continually losing the support of the Republican Party and other Republicans who are now switching. We've just had another Republican congressman that is switching over his support to Hillary Clinton. Oh boy. Now I want to ask Donald actually, if the system is rigged so much against you, if the establishment is so much against you, how come you won your primary? Did you rig it? Did you get Hillary Clinton to rig it for you? Oh, that's kind of an interesting theory. I mean, think about it. No. Trump won because he has exactly what the people in a Republican primary want. Not to mention he Donkey Konged all other, 17 people that were in the race? And the base loves that. He loves that. So, but the difference between the Republican primary and a general election is vast. Now you're dealing with a general electorate that doesn't fall for this bullshit, that doesn't go for the fear-mongering, that isn't like the very, very small slice of the Republican electorate that Trump attracts. Which I guess is good news for most of the country. Because most of the country's like, we're not going to put up with your shit, Donald. So that's good. Now, 69% think that if Trump loses, it's because it's rigged, right? Now, around 40% of Trump voters believe that ACORN will be responsible for this type of voter fraud, for this election fraud. Now, you remember ACORN, right? Well, ACORN is gone. It's a memory. It doesn't exist anymore. It actually shut down in 2010 after conservative media, James O'Keefe with his pimp hat, went in there and made a big stink about it. Now, after that conservative media went crazy over it, obviously they shut it down. They pulled the funding. Obama pulled the funding and said, well, we can't have conservative media going crazy over this. No, we got to pull it. Well, you're helping register middle class and lower income voters? Nope, can't have that. Conservative media can't have that. Now, I do have to note that they investigated the claims that conservative media was making about ACORN, and they found that, guess what? They had committed no criminal wrongdoing whatsoever. But nonetheless, still got to take down ACORN, got to defund it so that we can placate the conservatives. Yeah, profile and courage, President Obama. Profile and courage. The only crime that ACORN was doing is that it was trying to register poor people and middle-class people to vote. And the Republicans, we know, they don't want that. The Republican Party hates it when people vote. It always goes back to the Goo-Goo syndrome, all right? With Paul Weyrich, the father of the modern conservative movement, said quite candidly, our chances in the election go down as the voting populace goes up. We don't want people to vote. No, we want less people to vote. That's the plan. And they're continuing to chip away at voting rights. For example, gutting the VRA, the voter suppression, voter ID laws, gerrymandering, etc., all that shit. It's designed to prevent people from voting. So, now there's more. Now, I mentioned earlier Captain Khan, right? Almost half of Trump supporters, 48%, believe that Barack Obama is responsible for the death of Captain Humayun Khan. Captain Khan. Thanks, Obama. You killed Captain Khan. Well, he died in 2004. Do you know what Obama was doing in 2004? He certainly wasn't president. He was actually serving as a state senator in Illinois. A state senator. Almost nobody had ever heard of Barack Obama at that point. And yet, almost half of Trump supporters say, thanks, Obama. You killed Captain Khan. You bastard. Come on, man. There's more. Even more. 47% of Trump supporters claim to have personally watched a video of $400 million in cash being transferred to Iran. Really? Because that video actually doesn't exist. There is no such video. Now, that's the same video that Donald Trump claimed to have watched. And so I watched this video of us giving Iran $400 million. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? No, I don't believe it because it doesn't exist. It's not real. No, there is a video, though, that they refer to, and this video is of American hostages actually coming home from Iran. Not the money being transferred, it's our people coming back. Now, Trump, of course, claims that it happened, and so, of course, almost half of Trump's supporters are so deluded that they think that they personally saw something that never actually happened. That's insanity. Now, finally, the most important thing that this poll, at least in my opinion, the most important thing that this found is that almost 60% of Trump supporters believe that he should not release his tax returns. Now, why is that so important to me? Well, transparency is nice. Hey, for example, Hillary Clinton, we're still waiting on those Goldman Sachs transcripts. Love to see those. We'd also love to see Trump's tax returns, right? Now, why is that important? It's because, well, Trump claims he's incredibly wealthy. In fact, he's built his brand on it. His reputation is tied to it. So it makes you wonder, you're not releasing it. What's in them tax returns? I wonder if it proves that Trump isn't as rich as he claims to be. Because in reality, as we know, he's kind of a terrible businessman. Now, his ghostwriter, Tony Schwartz, said this about Trump. Quote, "One of the most deep and basic needs he has is to prove that I'm richer than you." Well, if his tax returns come back and we get to see them, they're made public, we'll know exactly how rich he is or how not rich he is. And I'm guessing that he's not quite as rich as he claims to be. And that, of course, is one thing that Donald Trump cannot abide. Now, as far as his supporters go, Tom Jensen over at Public Policy Polling, who performed this poll, had this to say, quote, "We've been writing for almost a year that there's a cult-like aspect to Trump's supporters, where they'll go along with anything he says. Trump made some of his most outlandish claims and statements last week, but we continue to find that few in his support base disavow them. So if you're wondering what you can do to shake your Trump-loving uncle out of his support, then I do have some bad news for you. Nothing is going to work. You can't shake them out of it. These people are lost. You're not going to be able to get them back." Hey everybody, if you liked this video, then please like this video and share. And if you want to see more like this, then please hit that subscribe button below.